Friendo Steve here. Welcome back to Untitled Steve News. The rebrand is on its way. Less than a month out. 2 weeks away. You're going to find out what the actual name of this program is. It's not going to be Untitled Steve News. That's going to be gone. Done with. Anyways, big news this past week. Disney, the massive entertainment conglomerate Disney, had their investor day, which is, I don't really know what it is. I can assume that they have this day where they tell investors, hey, this is the kind of shit we got going on coming up in the new year and the next year after that. Invest in us. If you're smart, you probably invest in Disney, to be honest with you. Anyways, so I figured I would take a look at the two topics that I'm interested in, the two offerings that Disney have, Marvel and Star Wars. And I know a lot of the friendos out there are into that stuff too. Figured, you know what, man, let's take a break from the politics. Let's take a break from the Zodiac Killer. Let's take a break from the aliens coming down to Earth. Let's take a break from all that. Let's talk about some fun stuff, man. I'm going to power rank these Marvel announcements in order of shit that I care about all the way down to shit I don't care about, because there's a couple of them. We're going to start off. We're going to do this in two sections, though. The section where there's like trailer footage or sizzle reels, which is like has footage. And then a section where it's just like talking, like announcements that are made. All right, we're going to break this down into two different things. So we'll start off. The thing that I was most impressed by, the top of the power rank, the Loki trailer, I thought looked like an absolute blast. The coolest thing about it, I thought, is the very end. It very much seems as if they're going to kayfabe Loki being D.B. Cooper jumping off a plane with money, hijacking that particular plane. I am a big fan of the Loki character. I thought the way they were basically able to get him out of the death predicament we saw in Infinity War and make him, like, you know, living again. And then there is one shot that it might be the Black Widow. It might be what's her face. Maybe that's how they're going to bring Scarlett Johansson back to the Marvel Universe, because who knows what's going to happen with that movie that's supposed to come out at some point in the future. Is that actually hitting theaters? Do we know? Or is that going to be just on streaming? They didn't even talk about that at the investor thing. So anyways, number one, boom, the Loki trailer looked great. Number two, the What If animated series. Holy crap, this animation looked absolutely fantastic. The What If comic book series that Marvel put out back in the day when I was growing up, when I was collecting comics, was always hilariously bad, because they would have these amazing covers with really cool concepts, like what if Wolverine was actually the Punisher, and what if the Punisher was Spider-Man? Those are probably two didn't actually happen. But there are a lot of really cool ideas on the covers. But then the interior is always like, they got the worst artists to do these things. I'm sorry, but this is totally true by and large. And then like the stories were always so bad. Like they were always just not very good follow throughs on some of these what if ideas. In this case, this actually looks pretty cool. And it looks like it's going to be, from what I can understand, Chadwick Boseman's one last time getting to see him play T'Challa. Unfortunately, he passed away earlier this year. But, some of the central ideas here showed T'Challa, but he's Star-Lord instead of it being, what's-his-face, Chris Pratt's character. I forget his name. And so that looked pretty cool. And then there was also a bit with like Bucky fighting like some sort of zombie Captain America. I don't know what that's all about. And then the other one was, what's her face? Haley Atwell's character, Penny, whatever. She's Captain America instead of it being Steve Rogers. And that looked pretty fun too. And the animation just looked off the charts great in this trailer. Really, really cool stuff. So I'm looking forward to What If. The comic book series was always a letdown, but this looks like it's pretty cool. And there's some really cool stuff with Doctor Strange. After that, my number three thing on the list was WandaVision. This looks fucking weird. This looks really weird, really out there. They're stuck in some sort of strange TV type universe. Maybe it's some sort of simulation. I don't know what's going on. It looks really, really cool, though. It looks like They're going to get to play with a lot of different themes. They're going to have them in like the comic book costumes looking kind of goofy. I'm a big fan of these two. So yeah, I'm down with WandaVision, man. That looks really cool. Next, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'll be honest with you, I've never really been that big of a fan of the Winter Soldier. I found him to be sort of one of the least compelling characters in the Marvel Universe. I know a lot of people feel otherwise, but yeah, I've never really been into him all that much. It's kind of boring to me, to be honest with you. I do like, what's-his-face, Falcon. I think he's pretty cool. Anthony Mackie, very charismatic actor. Sebastian Stan, yeah, he's all right. See him together, yeah, okay, this could be cool. I'm kind of more interested to see how the world is going to deal with the lack of a Captain America, because, you know, Falcon obviously is supposed to sort of kind of take that role, just like he did in the comic books. So seeing where the Marvel Universe is, I mean, to be honest with you, a lot of this stuff is just sort of seeing where the Marvel Universe is after, you know, Endgame. That's going to be the more interesting aspect of things. And it's kind of interesting that Marvel, now that they've got, you know, these really high budget, high quality production value TV series, these long form movies, basically, that they can tell over 10 episodes per season, there's a lot more ground they can play with. And it seems like that's what they're doing, because these all seem really, really spectacular. And then finally, we got a sizzle reel for Miss Marvel, who's one of the newer characters that's being featured in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, Miss Marvel, the comic series, probably has only just debuted within the past, like 7 to 10 years or so? Has it even been that? Kamala Khan. November 2013 is when this character debuted. So that's really cool. I'm not a huge fan of like origin stories, which is why this is sort of last on my list. All we have is a sizzle reel. We don't know what she looks like in the costume, besides like some shots they show, but that's from the comic book. But yeah, this looks cool. I like, you know, but origin stories, get me to the next phase. All right. Let's just get through the origin story, then we can do some cool stuff. Because the origin stories in Marvel usually follow the same basic template. But yeah, it's cool. Whatever. New characters are good. Now, that's it for the stuff that they actually had footage of. Shockingly, they didn't have any footage of Shang-Chi, which finished production. I don't know why they didn't have at least a little bit of footage of that. But anyways, we'll just talk about some of these announcements that I found interesting. Number one, Fantastic Four. They got a director, John Watts. He's going to direct the Fantastic Four. That's really cool. Hopefully they'll get John Krasinski and Emily Blunt to play Reed Richards and the Invisible Woman. I think that'd be terrific. After that, my next favorite announcement was the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. I love me some Guardians of the Galaxy. I think they're fantastic. I have no idea why this would just be a holiday special. Are they going to film this back to back with Guardians of the Galaxy 3? How long is this going to be? It's a holiday special, so it's got Christmas involved in it. I love that. James Gunn is going to come back and write direct. This is terrific, man. Hopefully they'll make fun of... Hopefully it'll be a bit on the meta side, because, you know, back in the day we had the Star Wars holiday special. It's quite infamous in how bad it is. After that, the announcement, Captain Marvel 2. That's pretty cool. I like the first one. First one was a decent movie. I really like the Captain Marvel character. I think Brie Larson's great. I thought the first one had some sort of clunky directing to it. I felt like some of the directing just felt a little too indie film for my personal taste. But it's got a new director, Nia DaCosta. She did the Candyman remake, which I didn't see, but I heard it got a lot of good reviews. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so Captain Marvel 2, that's good. I'm glad that that's coming out. November 2022. And the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special is going to be in 2022 as well. So that's probably going to be quite a ways off. It's like 2 years from now, probably. Ant-Man 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. This is cool. I don't even know. So it's got Kang the Conqueror in this, and he's being played by Jonathan Majors from the HBO show, the Supernatural one. What the hell? It's on the tip of my tongue. I hate not being prepared. It's the Lovecraft stuff, right? Lovecraft Country. That's what it is. Yeah. Anyways, that looks cool. Let's see here. And then, like, we'd already heard about this particular movie, Thor Love and Thunder, but I guess they just confirmed the date, May 6, 2022, and then they confirmed that Christian Bale's going to be Gore the God Butcher. That's going to be terrific. I'm all in on that. More Taika Waititi directing. Love that. That's going to be great. Don Cheadle comes back as James Rhodes in Armor Wars. I love Don Cheadle. I'm glad that he's going to be back as War Machine. Armor Wars. And it says this, a classic Marvel story about Tony Stark's worst fear coming true. What happens when his tech falls into the wrong hands? I mean, we saw that in Age of Ultron, but it'll be probably cool here too. Armor Wars. Next, Ironheart. Dominique Thorne is a genius inventor. It plays genius inventor Riri Williams in Ironheart. Original series about the creator of the most advanced suit of armor since Iron Man. I think this is a comic book right now as well. So you can check that out if you want to know what this is all about. Comic book looked pretty cool. I didn't read it myself. Sam Jackson is back as Nick Fury, and Ben Mendelsohn from Captain Marvel returns as Skrull Talos in Secret Invasion. That's cool. They did a comic book about that too, so that's kind of neat. I like that stuff. I like Sam Jackson. Who doesn't like that? Moon Knight, an original series about a complex vigilante. I used to read Moon Knight back in the day when they had a really cool artist. I think Jay Lee was on that, or Stephen Platt was on it back in the day. And Oscar Isaac is currently in negotiations to play Moon Knight, according to Deadline. That could always fall apart, so maybe they didn't announce that as a Marvel thing. It's not firm. He's in negotiations. Hopefully it'll happen because Oscar Isaac is great. So hopefully that's the case. My next favorite announcement, She-Hulk. This was already announced also, but I guess they confirmed the lead is Tatiana Maslany. She's fantastic. She's really good. She was recently in the Perry Mason show on HBO. And of course, she was in, what was that show where she played a bunch of clones? I don't know. You can Google it. But yeah, this should be really good. Mark Ruffalo is going to be in it as well. It's a series. I think it's a series coming to Disney Plus as well. And then finally, we got three last ones. Shang-Chi production's wrapped. They showed off the cast. So it's got a cast. There's no pictures of like any of the costumes or anything. I mean, this movie wrapped. Couldn't they have taken some footage of this and like dolled it up and shown it to us? Anyways, that hits theaters this coming summer, July 9th. That might be the first movie I see back in movie theaters, because at that point we're all going to be vaccinated, hopefully. And then these last two I could really care about. Not that much. I Am Groot, a series of shorts on Disney Plus featuring several new and unusual characters. I mean, Alabama might like this, but it might even be too like kiddie for her. She's been watching The Mandalorian with me. She likes that quite a bit. And then the last thing, which I don't give a shit about, is the Hawkeye series. Didn't care about Hawkeye in the show. Don't care about him now. Kind of shocked, actually, that when they found him in Endgame, he was like literally killing tons of people. And then they were just like, cool with that. Hey, let's go on this time mission. So, yeah, Hawkeye. Never cared about him. Don't care about him now. Jeremy Renner's an interesting guy. But, yeah, I don't really care about that shit. So, there you go. There's my power ranked Marvel announcements. It's fun stuff, man. It's cool. There's all sorts of great content out there. It's hard to keep up with stuff. Anyways, what do you care about with the Disney announcements? Do you give a shit about Star Wars and Marvel? Well, this one's about Marvel. There's a lot of great comic books out there, but you can read some of my comic books at mfshophere.com. Check them out. You get some pinups and like a little sketch with them if you buy them. There are holiday discounts right now. It's like $15 a pop. And you can get some other stuff too. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.